South Africa, whites only town. That should already upset certain viewers, certain people who have just decided to already watch this particular stream, watch this particular video. It should already raise certain concerns in some people's minds. Immediately, in 2024, whites only town. Some people should already go, oh goodness, really now? Do we really still have people out here living in places, or rather, do we really still have locations, geography, places, towns, in cities, in countries? Are certain countries out here still, especially in Africa, are they still practicing this? Are some people still as naive and still as arrogant as to believe that they should live in a place where only their kind should be? We don't want to mix with the rest of y'all. We don't want to be a part of that. We don't consider you people as important, as valuable as us. Most of these people are deplorables. Most of these people are just those people. They don't know how to think. We don't want to blend. We don't want to mix with all of those. This is the prestige town. The prestige. We need boom gates up in here. Before you can come in here, you need to be able to be identified. Profiling, racial profiling, racism. Whites only town.
It's hard to believe that, honestly, in, like you said, 2024, for a white only town to exist.
Or a black only town.
Yeah, exactly. Either or, to exist in this day and age, especially from a country that has such a huge history of racism.
Especially from a country that calls itself the Rainbow Nation.
Exactly.
Is there the color black in a rainbow?
No.
There's no black in rainbow.
It's too dark for the rainbow.
But it would be so freaking bright, huh?
Yeah.
Because when I think rainbow, I think sky. I think the background is light blue. Such a welcoming color.
Yeah.
Such a friendly, loving, welcoming color. Not so aggressive. So the background is blue, right? The background, as you look at the sky, rainbows.
Yes.
Let's take it all the way back to the beginning, because I think that's what they wanted to say.
Yes.
Rainbow, because you associate rainbows with
all colors.
All colors, beauty. The combination of this, the mix is phenomenal. Is fantastic. Is pleasing to the eye.
Yeah, because rainbow is like something that's happy. It's something calming, and it's very inviting. So that is why I think it's called Rainbow Nation.
It's inviting.
Culturally, like South Africa is very vast.
It's inclusive.
Yes, inclusive.
Yes, everybody is welcome. Mm-hmm. We are the Rainbow Nation.
Yes.
We don't discriminate. But that, when it comes to this particular country of ours, South Africa, that I've had the privilege of growing up in. There's a lot of contradiction there, huh?
Yeah.
There's a lot of hidden layers, or in this particular case, locations that they don't really scream these locations out. Isn't it amazing that some of the towns that are white only in this South Africa actually existed decades. They were founded decades ago.
Yeah.
And most people still don't know about these places.
Yeah, it's crazy that they haven't really but they kept it quiet.
There must be a reason why they kept these locations not necessarily secretive, but they don't exactly come out here and advertise them.
Yeah, say, oh yay, we're a white only town. No.
We out here trying to promote and develop our industrial areas. Come over here. They don't want any freaking foreign investment or any kind of that thing. Just let us be. Let us be by ourselves over here. It's a private estate.
Yes.
Some of them hide under that particular banner.
Exactly, and they pride themselves in doing things for themselves. They built that little towns by themselves. Yeah.
It's crazy. Some people don't know. Some South Africans don't know that there are towns in that particular country that show this type of discrimination. This particular discrimination that was apparently abolished in 1994 when Nelson Mandela, when democracy was ushered in.
Yes.
It was ushered in. We are a democratic nation. We invite. We show a spirit of inclusivity. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's entitled. Everybody has their rights. We shall all enjoy this land.
Yes, yes. I mean, I'm sure they have their rights to preserve their culture, but in the way that they are doing it and saying excluding the other type of races to even drive through or come and see the place, that is the part it's a bit touchy. That is the thing that's not nice.
That is the controversial part.
Yes.
And it's not even a bit touchy. It's very concerning that certain races aren't allowed to reside in certain locations.
Yeah.
That is very concerning in 2024 in an African country, in a country that already has a history of major racism and apartheid systems.
Yes, yes.
You know? It's a different case if they wanted to preserve a certain culture in a country that never experienced such deep-rooted racism history. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But in a country that is supposed to have overcome that particular type of existence or being, that way of life, it's very concerning.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing is just not nice. It's just it's very concerning that they have just kept quiet about it, and the actual government, they are just they're overlooking it. They are just ruling these things against the town, but they're not actioning it. So why are you not actioning anything against these towns?
They're not ruling anything against anybody or against any town. They have chosen to turn a blind eye to these particular towns. And public reaction, people are actually out here. I mean, we're talking about this now. People are actually, it's not even a secret no more because a lot of people know about it. And it's not a secret also because it's on Google. You can Google it. You can research online. It's right here online. But they hide behind certain explanations.
Yes.
Explanations that Black South Africa is out here actually buying.
Yeah, Black South Africans, you're just ignoring it and just saying, okay, yeah, let them be. But it's not right just to let them be.
It's very shocking, actually, to see some people in the comment sections from the videos that we posted before about this particular issue, whites and only town in South Africa. It's very shocking to see some of Black South Africa to come out here and say, but what's your problem? They're not bothering us. Why do you want to be able to go there? Why don't you just stay where you at, let them be where they are? Some Black South Africans are out here finding it okay.
Yeah.
There are actually some Black South Africans out here finding it okay that there's a place called Orania. If you haven't heard about it, that's the first place, Orania. Orania has made it big on the scene now, especially on social media, more so than
Kleinfontein.
Kleinfontein. And Kleinfontein is the one that's actually making news now because there's certain things that apparently the legal system disapproves of and they rule certain things against them.
Yes.
Yeah, but we'll get into it. But Orania, founded in 1991.
Yes, they were founded by Hendrik Verwoerd.
Yes. An Afrikaner.
Yes.
The fact that it was founded in 1991 already raises questions because it's in 1991 that Nelson Mandela was released from Robben Island.
Yes, that is when the talks were happening already. That's when they already knew. That's
when some people sat in a particular room and say to themselves, we need to come up with a place. We need to come up with a town, a location, preferably one that we will admire, we would love, that will be easy and pleasing to the eye. Let's go all the way to the Northern Cape. And create a town, establish a town, call it Orania.
Yeah, next to the Orange River.
To preserve
yes,
the Afrikaans culture.
Yeah.
We need to be able to have. Why do you need a whole freaking town to be able to preserve your culture?
But you know,
a whole freaking town?
There's no reason. I mean, You know, I think about the Afrikaner culture. I mean, what exactly are you trying to preserve? It's just the language.
It's just a language that they are using in order to be able to do what they want to do. It's just a language that they are using in order for them to separate themselves from the rest. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it is possible for me to sit right here in my special culture, my unique and special culture, and preserve it within me while you sit there, right there next to me with your own culture.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah, it's possible for me to sit right here and preserve myself.
Yes, yes.
Preserve my beliefs, my values, everything I believe in, and never dilute or be influenced to become somebody that I'm not. I am able to sit right here and preserve myself. My thinking, my style, my swag, my tone, my everything.
Yes.
I don't need a freaking town to be able to preserve my culture. I know where I'm from. It's deep, it's rooted within me.
Yes.
My culture is within me.
Exactly.
And nobody out here has the power to influence my culture unless I'm a kid.
I mean, like people who raise their kids, like any other culture, I'm not any culture, it's what you do in your own home is how you preserve your culture with your family. That is it. Why is it an entire town that you have to be so proud of, that you built everything from the ground up? That is not a culture.
And they say you don't really mix. And these particular places, these locations, we're talking about Orania and Kleinfontein in South Africa. Orania is in Northern Cape in South Africa. Kleinfontein is in Gauteng, close to Pretoria.
Yes.
Around there. They have specifically chosen these particular locations because they want to stay far away from the rest.
Yes, yes.
You understand what I'm saying? They are trying to say that the only way we can truly preserve our culture is if we separate ourselves from y'all. Is if we exercise or implement a spirit of division, of separation. But the whole freaking world is out here saying, we are the world. You know, we should join hands. We should come together. Unity, the spirit of unity, the spirit of a rainbow nation. Together, all the colors together. You know?
Yeah.
But these particular town, these particular whites and only town feel different. They don't want to practice that which that they teach us sometimes in these school curriculums. Sit together.
Yeah.
Play a team sport. Do it together. But why are these Afrikaners also then partaking in certain team sports like the South African rugby team?
Yeah, but rugby, they would consider that is their culture.
No, but there you need the muscle, huh?
Yeah.
There you want when it comes to the rugby team, you want the black muscle.
Yes, yes.
When it comes to living together, no. We need to preserve our culture. When it comes to South African rugby, unity is the way. Let's bring all the cultures in. You have talent? You have to have talent to be a part of this team.
Exactly. I mean, it actually, like, did they actually support the fact that they won the rugby last year, South Africa? Were they watching the games?
So that rugby sport is more so like an Afrikaner sport, right? I mean, they love it over there.
Yeah, it started off like that, but now it's just, I think it's a South African culture.
So why aren't they out here also trying to preserve the culture of their sport? They should also come out here and say, you're not allowed to play rugby over there.
Yeah.
Rugby should only be played by people who are so well in preserving their own culture. You need the fullness of the culture inside your veins before you can play this sport. They should come out here and say that then. Not to be picking and choosing when to allow us to partake with their culture.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
When it comes to rugby, you can be a part of this culture sport, but we're not going to play it here. We're going to play it in your places, in Gauteng, in your CBDs.
And we'll decide if we will come there or not. But I don't think that they are going to go there because that is mixing now.
So actually, I'm glad that you've said it that way. So this actually also means that these particular Afrikaners who have chosen to live by themselves in these particular towns, these white and only towns, like Orania and Kleinfontein, they have the privilege of coming into the big wild South Africa. They can come to South Africa, Gauteng, Sandton, Waterfront, Clifton, Camps Bay, where the black folks are, where all the rest of us are.
Yes.
But we cannot go there.
They are not denied access anywhere.
So this is a form of white privilege.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have the privilege of residing in certain places where the rest of us are not allowed.
Yes.
And simultaneously, they have the privilege of coming to where we are.
Yes. And sitting in our presence where we are free to be and judging. Yeah, in their own minds.
And then they go back and sleep in their special towns, in Orania and Kleinfontein.
That's just sickening. It's sickening, actually, in this day and age.
But it's not so sickening to Black South Africa. Black South Africa is out here saying, leave them alone. They're okay. We love the Afrikaans culture. Let them preserve it. Let them be.
It's the mentality of them thinking that the whole thing is just mind-boggling to me, that the mentality of this Afrikaans culture is so important. You know, I'm not discriminating, but it's like, why can you not mix?
The thing is, the Afrikaans culture is important.
Yeah, it is important.
Take it from a black man, okay? It's important. Your culture is important. We don't hate you. We don't want you to go away. We want you to stay. We want you to be. We want you to stay with us. We want to live together. But there are certain traits over there. There are certain practices that you guys are doing over there that is not necessary. And it's not all Afrikaners. It's not all. You get some wonderful, well-charactered, well-spirited, very welcoming types of Afrikaners too.
Yes.
I mean, I know a few. Orania does it differently. Orania says, come to Orania, come to the Western, come to the Northern Cape. Come and see how we live. We will show you a glimpse.
Yeah.
Right? A glimpse of how life should be. There are no crimes in Orania. We do not fight among one another. We don't need even a sophisticated police station because we know how to behave. Yes, come, let us show you how to live life. Take a chill pill. You don't have to fight. No marching needed, no protest. This is Orania. This is the way of life. This is how God intended life to be. Come and see. This is Orania.
Yes.
Orania is very, what do you call that? They're very, not cheeky, but they're very conniving. Huh?
Yes, they're conniving. They're using the thing, but don't stay. Don't stay overnight, or you cannot really live here. There's no space, basically. That's what they're saying.
Orania is friendly.
Yeah, they are friendly.
Yes.
But don't push the boundaries.
You are welcome to come, but you're not spending the night.
Yes.
You're not moving in. You guys are welcome to come and visit, come and see how we do things, but you are not staying here. Only us are allowed to stay here. The craziest part about Orania is if you wanted to reside in Orania, and this is not just limited to other races, is even the Afrikaners themselves who would choose to want to live in those particular white and only towns have to pass a test. Yeah,
they have to pass a test, fill in a form, pass a test, and actually prove that they can support themselves living in that country.
That they can support themselves, that they appreciate the culture, and that really, truly means a lot to them.
Yes.
It's not about money in Orania or Kleinfontein. It's not about money. Just because you got money doesn't mean you can buy anything here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's not about money. They reverse the whole thing. They say, no, it's about who you are. It's about who you are. It's about also how you look like.
That is a factor. It's a big factor about what you look like. But also, like, how can you actually support the community? What is the advantage of you coming to stay in this community?
They don't say you have to be white.
Yeah,
They hide under that umbrella of culture, the Afrikaans culture. You know, there's also some black folks in South Africa that are very deep in the Afrikaans culture.
I was just about to say something like that because imagine a black guy going into Orania and he's just speaking Afrikaans. He's fully in the Afrikaner culture, but his skin color is different.
If you go to that Stellenbosch in Western Cape Town, you get a lot of black folks over there who only speak Afrikaans.
Yes.
They grew up over there.
Yes.
There's a group of black folks also, of Black South Africa also, that doesn't really prefer mixing a lot with other black folks. They would rather prefer this particular sort of culture, that they have fallen in love with, that some of them have grew up in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't go outright and say you're not allowed.
They don't go out here and I'm sure maybe somewhere deep down inside them, they sort of like
Saying it to themselves within their households.
they draw that distance between them themselves and the rest of the other black folks. Yes, because culture do actually rub off on you.
Yeah.
You know, when you spend a lot of time around certain cultures, it rubs off on you. It grows on you.
No, of course.
It has to. Yeah, we only but human. We can't be out here like all bulletproof and all.
Yeah. For me, I would say, I mean, personal point of view, that is like a growth point, I would say. It's like evolving into something different. That is what it is, mixing cultures.
I have always considered myself a multicultural type of individual. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I can relate to Osa people, to Zulu people, to Afrikaans people, even them, even to English people, even to now, let's take it abroad, let's extrapolate this, to Ghanaians, to Nigerians, to Zimbabweans, to Ethiopians, to Moroccans, to Egyptians, to Arabs. Yes, to Americans, to Europeans, to people from Swedish, people from China. It's the best when you're a multicultural individual.
Yes.
When you don't restrict yourself so much. You can be multicultural and still be able to preserve your own culture.
Exactly.
Your own original culture. Like, you get also people who are of a certain culture, but they grew up in a different culture, but they have to somehow embrace their original culture. The same thing that happened with that girl. What's it? That
Chidima.
Miss Chidima. There's a mix of cultures over there.
Yeah,
huh?
South Africa and Nigeria.
And Mozambique.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
her father is Mozambican.
No,
and
father is Nigerian.
Nigerian, mother Mozambican. She grew up in South Africa.
Yeah.
I was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I grew up in South Africa. I moved to the Middle East. I spent like over a decade in the Middle East. Spent some time in Europe, been to the Far East, Asian countries and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
Have most friends in the West.
Yes.
all over the freaking place.
Yeah, man. I've experienced living on an island. It's different, man. You also live in Middle Eastern countries. Growing up in South Africa. You adapt. But you are still at root. You are your home culture. That is it. But multicultural, it just makes your life a little more fun.
Fun.
Yes.
Yes, and easier.
Yes.
And more intelligent. Gives you the ability to be able to relate to many different types of people. Have you heard about the atrocities that took place in Limpopo, South Africa, in which a white farmer shot and killed 2 South African black women and fed their bodies to their pigs? As yet, there has been no outrage by essays.
Whoa.
I haven't heard about this.
I have not.
Now that you've mentioned it, Black Magic, I'll do my research and go deep into it and see what's up, because we are rules voices. We will freaking speak about this. We will speak about these particular atrocities. And we'll make sure that we'll spread the words. We'll make sure that those particular voices rule. That particular whatever event that took place in that Limpopo, everybody knows about it. Because if it is actually true, and if it did actually exist between these different cultures, from a white farmer,
Yeah.
doing that to the black culture people, feeding them to that supposed animal that certain people don't even touch.
Oof.
It's like it's an atrocity, actually. He's right in the way that he described it.
That is such a...
That is just going against every grain.
Oh, it happened last week.
Last week. It
Whoa.
happened last week.
Last week, I have not heard anything. I haven't seen anything about that.
Yeah, Nigeria and South Africa were making a lot of noise online, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
With
But
the whole freaking ball to ball. But this particular event or this particular incident, or this attack on a certain culture from another is despicable.
yeah.
And should actually the whoever's responsible for this, things should happen to them.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, legally they should be held accountable for this. I mean, that is ridiculous. That is pathetic. Anyway, Orania, established in 1991.
Yes.
Kleinfontein. We're talking about whites and only towns. Established in 1992. A year after.
Yes.
They said to themselves, one isn't enough. We need another one. See what I'm saying? They say, hey, Orania, yeah, good. And then they said the following year, even before 1994, following year, 1992, put another one next to that freaking Pretoria. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
And make that one a little bit more authoritative.
Yes.
Yeah, very strict.
Yeah.
They're not even allowed to come in there. They're not even allowed to come and visit. Let them go and visit Orania over there if they want to experience the culture and all that kind of thing. But in Kleinfontein, strictly white. Put some boom gates up in here. We don't want them to come in. Do the profile thing.
Yes.
Be strict with it. I'm sure the security guard, whoever's at the freaking boom gate, I'm sure it's a white person.
Of course.
That's the only freaking security happening in South Africa where a white man is a security, yeah? The rest, black.
The white one is, and he's working 24/7. 24 hours, someone is sitting there. Yo.
I think he's wearing a khaki type of uniform.
The shorts.
Shorts.
Yes.
It's this color, right? You know the Boers, you know the white folks in South Africa, they love this color, this light brown.
Yes.
Definitely not wearing black. I'm sure nobody wears black in that place either.
No.
That's crazy. Let's get into some facts, some paperwork here. Kleinmond. So we're going to start off with Kleinmond. Kleinmond, like I said, was established in 1992. Kleinfontein.
Yes.
Kleinfontein. Sorry, my bad. Kleinmond is another small little area there in Cape Town.
Yes.
Just after Kenilworth, before Wynberg. You know, you get sometimes these South Africans that says, leave our country alone, get away from our country, go back to Congo. Some of them don't even know that I know their country more than they do.
Yes.
You only from Congo. What do you know about South Africa? I know more about South Africa than some of these South Africans. In fact, I grew up there. And we are smart. Some of us, we don't need a lifetime to know things.
Yeah.
You know, some of us, we can just enter a room, spend only 30 to 40 minutes in there, and we know every corner of that freaking room. Some people come in and daydream left, right, and center. Some South Africans have been daydreaming in their own country. That's why they don't know about this white and only town called Orania or Kleinfontein. You see what I'm saying? It takes a foreigner to come out here and educate you guys about certain whereabouts and locations of your country. That one doesn't sit well with them. The arrogance of that freaking guy. Who the hell is that guy? A lot of people in the comment section, especially on TikTok, are out here saying, and who is this?
Yeah. That's their favorite comment.
And who are you?
Yeah.
Coming out here all bold.
Who are you to talk?
Talking so loud with that kind of tone. Who are you? If it's a girl, I say, I'm your brother. If it's another brother, I say, I'm your brother, bro. They keep quiet immediately. I kill them with kindness. Immediately. They don't understand that some of us have chosen to see ourselves African first. I'm African first before I'm Congolese. The spirit of unity. I consider every nationality, especially in Africa, as my people. There's no difference. I don't believe in 1884. When the colonizers decided to descend on this beautiful motherland, this land, this country, this continent. Country, I said country, because it was one. It's still one country. These borders aren't real, they're fake. We don't want them, we don't see them. We choose to turn a blind eye to these freaking borders.
They should not be there, those borders in the African continent.
In our opinion, there's no difference between a South African and a Nigerian. There's no difference between a Rwandese and a Congolese. That freaking war in East Democratic Republic of Congo that's been there for decades needs to end.
Yes. Oh my gosh. 30 odd years. It's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you've been here before, we welcome you too. Sorry, we forgot to say welcome and we're 30 minutes in.
Yes, welcome all. Thank you very much for joining. Please like, subscribe, and help support our channel.
Feel free. It's casual up in here.
Yes.
This is a mouthpiece. We don't stop talking about these issues because we're very passionate about this. Our aim is unity, African unity. We are of the human race. That means we don't discriminate even with people that are like from Europe, China, US, wherever. If you're human, we love you. We love you with the love of the Lord.
Hey, amen.
We're coming in here. You know what I'm saying? But we are African first before any of these other nationalities that have been put upon us.
Always.
Yes, you are African first before you are South African.
Of course.
I would hope so. I hope so.
Yes, I am.
I'm not forcing you to be.
No, I am. I would not be sitting on this podcast if I did not believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But if you don't believe that, you're still welcome.
Yes.
We're not afraid to be a little bit confronted.
Yeah.
Yes, we believe in having robust exchange. We believe in having uncomfortable conversations. Even if we disagree, we can still be in the same room and show maturity.
Yes.
And talk about these complex issues. This White and Only Town, I mean, this freaking thumbnail by itself is a little bit... Ooh. Even the algorithm itself is saying, what kind of thumbnail is over there?
Yes.
Yeah, but we all mature up in here.
Yes.
We should be able to talk about these things.
These are the discussions that needs to be had.
Yes.
Needs to be had, yes.
Yes, it needs to happen, needs to exist. You know what I'm saying? It's a sensitive topic, but it's important. Yeah, so Kleinfontein was established in 1992. At a time when South Africa was undergoing profound changes, the apartheid regime, which had institutionalized racial segregation and Afrikaner political dominance since 1948, was crumbling. The negotiations that would lead to the first democratic elections in 1994 were well underway, and many Afrikaners were anxious about their future in a country where they would no longer hold political power.
Political power.
Woo!
That was very honest, huh? That was very honest. Yes, they were very anxious about their political power being taken away.
These particular documents come from an independent source that is out here to only speak the truth. You understand? It's not sugar-coated. It's not leaving certain things out. We're here to say it as it is. So it makes sense according to our logic thinking. When we were saying, as soon as they were getting ready to usher in democracy in South Africa, they say to themselves, especially this particular culture, this Afrikaner culture, say to itself, no, Madiba is about to come outside. Nelson Mandela is about to be released. This is going to change the whole freaking political game of this supposed rainbow nation, this South Africa. We need to establish a town, possibly 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. However many we can.
Yeah. Because you don't know what's still hiding in the background to come to just peek their head out. There could be another 2 more.
We don't know what this Nelson Mandela is going to do once he's off that Robben Island. Once he's freed, once he's here and perhaps in power. If it's democratic elections, he will definitely win. Because there's more of them than there are of us. We need to be safe.
More of them. Yo.
Before it was
like that statement, there's more of them.
I'm paraphrasing here.
Yeah, I know you're paraphrasing, but this is actually what was said back then. What
would lead to an establishment of such a white and only town?
Yes.
Conversations that definitely cannot be held on the media in front of the whole freaking world. They sit behind walls and they say to themselves, hey, that's 27 years you kept that man inside. You really honestly think that if you should come out here and gain power, he's going to leave us alone? We need to establish a freaking town, man.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we've never lived with these people before. We don't know how they live. They have a spirit of anger in them. Do you know what we did to them? We need to be, especially us, the elite, the creme de la creme of Afrikaans. We need to have our own place. Henry Verwoerd. Henry Verwoerd.
Yes.
Orania. It took a political figure to establish that. He was a political figure. Huh?
Yeah, he's the first prime minister, no?
Yeah, he was a political figure. A white dude in South Africa. They said, no. Who do you think this man is? But then Nelson Mandela came out and he was the complete opposite. Nelson Mandela came out and then in 1994, democratic elections happened. And guess what Madiba did? He says, let's live together. No need to be running off to this supposed white and only town. Don't live in fear.
Yeah, nothing. We are one. We are a rainbow nation.
The craziest part about that 1994 democratic elections in South Africa was the fact that at the time, the African Congress, whatever, the African ANC, African National Congress,
yes,
the ANC, in those elections, they won majority power.
Full out. Over 60 to 67% majority. They were in control of every freaking sector, every freaking system, of everything. Yeah.
But Nelson Mandela still decided to say, let's create a government of national unity. Let's all work together.
Yes.
Yes.
They included that national party
Let's share the power.
that de Klerk, he was with Nelson Mandela trying to create this national unity.
De
this
Klerk,
GNU.
de Klerk, the white president of South Africa at the time.
At the time, yes.
The president of Suid-Afrika. Suid-Afrika. Afrika or Afrika? In Afrikaans.
South Africa.
Suid-Afrika. In Afrikaans.
Yes.
Suid.
D.
Space.
Afrika.
Ka. Not C. Suid-Afrika. Yeah, so the politicians say to themselves, or the powers that be at the time, they said, hey, the power is about to shift. So we're talking about Kleinfontein, a white and only town in Gauteng, close to Pretoria. Let's read a little bit of the founders and the ideological foundations of this particular Kleinfontein. What persuaded them to establish this particular town? The town was founded by a group of Afrikaners who were deeply concerned about the perceived erosion of their culture identity in a new South Africa. Among the key figures in the town's establishments was Karel Boshoff, a prominent Afrikaner intellectual and cultural leader who also played a significant role in founding Orania, another Afrikaner-only community in the Northern Cape. The founding principles of Kleinfontein were rooted in Afrikaner nationalism and a desire for cultural preservation. The town was envisioned as a safe haven where Afrikaner traditions, language, and religion could be maintained in a self-sufficient, self-governing environment. They said to themselves, there's a reason why we need to establish these towns. And we need to say it in a way when Black South Africa reads this, they will understand. And Black South Africa is out here buying everything.
Of course. It's like they were bought, to say like, leave us alone, it's okay, let them be.
So far, with these two paragraphs that we've read now about the founding and the establishment of Orania and Kleinfontein in terms of preserving the culture, I don't disagree. Go ahead and establish these towns like this. The only thing that pisses me off is when they come up on the side here to say, but you people are not allowed here.
Yes, I was waiting for you to be like, no, I disagree with the whole thing, actually. There should not be towns in South Africa having to say that, preserving a culture.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
Yes.
It's about inclusiveness. I don't believe in the whole thing at all.
You can have something based on a certain principle and certain morals and certain values and certain culture, but as long as everybody's allowed to come and partake in there, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a form of preservation.
Yeah, no.
And so the same privilege should be given to everybody else.
Yes. I think that's the hitting the nail on the
For
head.
free. Because some of these people got this land for free.
Yeah, family, generational land.
Yes, they got it for free. Free land. Because in that freaking Kleinfontein right now, they don't want to pay tax.
Yeah, they want to pay less tax.
They don't want to pay less.
Yes.
Oh.
The city of, what is it, close to them, what's it, Tswana? City of Tswana is around.
There's a city around nearby that's paying more tax than them.
They're paying more tax than them, then this is what the complaint is about right now.
In that Kleinfontein.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get there. But whoever the founder was for Kleinfontein also took a part in founding Orania in Northern Cape.
Oh, that Boshoff.
Yeah, that Boshoff, who played a significant role into founding Kleinfontein and Orania. You understand? So he wasn't satisfied with one. He said to himself, we need another one.
Let's go try and do it the other side there in Gauteng.
Yeah, the city of gold. Yeah, in Isidingo. We need to be close to that Pretoria, close to the Union building. You see what I'm saying? We need to be close to what matters most. Don't worry about the Western Cape. We already have the DA over there. The DA has been established there for quite some times. We have Stellenbosch over there. We got some top dogs over there. We got some renowned businessmen, some moguls up in there. The lobbyists of South Africa. They own everything in South Africa. Don't worry about the Western Cape. We got that shit under control.
We don't need a town there. It's okay.
We have, what is this place? It's Gansbaai. Gansbaai. You know, I went shock diving in Gansbaai. There's some South African out here who's never been shock diving.
I don't want to go shock
Who've
diving.
never gone shock diving.
I don't want to.
This particular Congolese person has gone shock diving in your black South Africa. So you black South Africans, the next time you feel the need to come into the comment section and tell me, stop talking about South Africa, go talk about Congo. Just remember that I've touched more areas of that South Africa than you have. I've even climbed Table Mountain maybe like 10 times.
Oh.
You know that Table Mountain? In Cape Town, in the CBD. I've done many routes. I've gone in town in the CBD all the way to Gardens. From there, you know where they take the cable car to
Yes.
go up to the top, to the table?
Yes.
I've done that route. It
You
took
walk there.
I walk all the way up. It takes you about 45 minutes to an hour. All the way up. Yeah.
To walk up there, 45 minutes.
Yes, you don't walk up like straight up like
Yeah,
this.
of
You know,
course, yes.
there's a trail.
It seems it should be longer.
You're talking to an ex-basketball player here. You understand what I'm saying? We are athletic. We maintain a certain pace when we're hiking. We got our backpack on. We got our. At the time, I used to play a lot of Maxwell music, and NG Stone. My sunshine has come. You remember that song?
Yes, I know.
And you got your backpack on you. I got my water bottles and everything, and I'm climbing the hell out of that freaking Table Mountain. I'm going all the way to the top. I've done that route like more than 10 times. I've even done one of the most difficult routes from Kirstenbosch Gardens. You know Kirstenbosch Gardens?
Oh, you did that one.
Where they always had all those festivals.
Yes, the music festivals.
The
in
music
garden.
festivals,
Yes.
the jazz festivals.
Ooh.
That's a very long walk. That takes you about 3 hours because it takes you 45 minutes to go up, and then from there I start walking across all these different mountains until I get to town. That's a 3-hour hike. We park the car in Kirstenbosch, and then we go all the way like that. We end up over there, and then from there we take the cable car down. We take a taxi or an Uber, drive us back all the way to Kirstenbosch. We left our cars over there. Yes. So that's nice. So
Yeah.
So what's his name? The guy who helped establish both towns. Carol. Among the key figures in the town's establishment, we're talking about Kleinfontein.
Yes.
Was Carol Boshoff. Is it Carol Boshoff? Am I saying it correctly? Right here.
Yes, Carol Boshoff.
Carol Boshoff. You have to say it like an Afrikaner, huh? Boshoff. Carol Boshoff, a prominent Afrikaner intellectual and cultural leader.
Yes.
Played a significant role in establishing both Kleinfontein and Orania. Yes. So they said to themselves, don't worry about the Western Cape. We already have a deep root over there, especially in that Stellenbosch, where the wines are. You know, South Africa has some great wines too.
Oh, I know. I love South African wines.
South African wines-
I support my South African wines.
South African wines are among the top
Yes.
in the world, actually. You get them all over the place. I've visited some vineyards. Yes, I've seen the whole. It's very sophisticated. Can I say something a little bit controversial? Actually, it's not controversial. We're on Rules Voices. We're allowed to express ourselves the way we want. Would we have had all of these beautiful wines and this system in South Africa if Black South Africa was in power from the get-go?
I am just going to say a big no.
Would we have had the supposed type of infrastructure we currently have in South Africa if the black folks were in charge from the get-go?
A big no once again. I really don't think that, no, it would not be like that. I don't see Cape Town, CBD, Gauteng, no.
You know, in South Africa, that's where actually some of these white folks that came over, they decided to stay there. They decided to make that a home. They
Yeah.
decided to take their time. They landed at the Cape of Good Hope. You know, in Simonstown, Cape Town, all the way there, where the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean meets.
Yes.
The Cape of Good Hope. In French, they say the Cap of Bonne Espérance. Le Cap de Bonne Espérance. So they say to themselves, it's beautiful out here. We need to make this a home. And then they decided to do that. So Black South Africa got lucky.
Yay! Everything was already there.
Everything was being built from a genuine point of view.
And
this is how it must be. It must be perfect.
Yes.
The sewage pipes and the infrastructures and the roads and the system and the mapping and the namings of the different cities and streets.
Yeah.
That castle in the CBD of Cape Town, well built. Huh?
Well built.
Would Black South Africa have been able to build something like that at the time?
Even though we know what it was used for, but still, would it have been built?
Yes.
No, definitely not.
I think we need to go into a little bit of a history lesson of why that castle was built and how it was built, when it was built, and talk a little bit surface style.
Yes.
About the certain things that happened there, huh?
Yeah.
It's a history lesson.
It is. I mean, you've been to the castle, right?
Yes, I visited. Remember, I grew up in South Africa. I went to Observatory Primary School. One of the most nicest schools there, huh?
Observatory, yeah.
And then I went to Cape Town High School. So as students back then at the time, we had the privilege of having school outings.
Oh, yeah, school outings.
School outings. Orania should go. I am with you. I am with you that Orania should go.
Can't believe you. I fully agree.
Yes, Orania and Kleinfontein should also go. These towns, by the way, should go. We're not out here advocating for them in any way. We're talking about them, we're showing facts about them, but at the same time, we're giving you our opinion and our views on these freaking towns. They must disappear.
Yeah.
But that's up to Black South Africa, who's out here understanding and accepting them.
It's up to this new GNU government also.
The GNU, if you think the GNU will come out here and do their best to try to eradicate or make sure that they dissolve or they make sure that Orania and Kleinfontein disappears. You're sadly mistaken. Because the GU now consists of the DA. We had majority power. If we couldn't get rid of these freaking town when we had majority power as the ANC, as the black folks, what makes you think that we'll be able to do anything now that the skin is in the mix? It should go, but Cyril Ramaphosa is apparently also a puppet of Fordham. When I say for them, I mean for the elites.
Yes.
The moguls, the businessmen, people that run everything in South Africa. The people who reside in Stellenbosch. True. While South Africans from Europe built the systems and infrastructures in South Africa for white comfort because they decided to settle in South Africa, South Africa has beautiful landscapes.
Yes, very true.
Ooh, South Africa is so freaking beautiful, it's unbelievable.
It is stunning.
Let's talk about that mother city for a second. Cape Town, no jokes. Ooh, Cape Town is beautiful. It's only once somebody has traveled out
that you really understand the beauty of that place.
Take it from us who've been all over the freaking place. Been to Italy, been to Capri. You know Capri? You know Capri?
Yeah.
We've been to Capri. Capri, whoo, beautiful. Lots of places in that Italy. Paris, all of these places. Shanghai, all of these freaking places. UAE, Dubai, Qatar, you've seen most of these places. Even most of these places in Africa. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
South Africa is extremely beautiful. Just the landscape, you see, the combination of the sea and the mountain right next to one another is...
It's the actual positioning of it, and then the backdrop of Table Mountain. Oh, it is beautiful.
But it's the people, man.
Yay.
The people are cool, but the people haven't been taken care of. That's why the people are so freaking desperate. That's why crime is sometimes so freaking high.
That's what keeps some people, out of the country. They say, but is it safe?
Oh
It's like whenever people ask, we want to go to Cape Town, but where can we not go? So,
yeah, they say I heard that it's very dangerous over there.
Yeah, can I still be out after 7 p.m.? It's like yuck.
Anywho, let's go on. What's the next one? The formation process. Kleinfontein's formation was a direct response to the fears of cultural and political marginalization that many Afrikaners felt during the South Africa's transition to democracy. A direct response for fear of culture and political marginalization. The founders sought to create a space where they could live according to their values, free from what they perceived as the encroachment of a multicultural society. The town's development was financed and built by its residents, who purchased shares in the cooperative that owns the land. The structure allows the community to maintain strict control over who can live in Kleinfontein, effectively limiting residency to white Afrikaans-speaking people. They put it here. They put it here. It's for everybody to see this. It's freaking right here. And it's existing right now. Kleinfontein, they say that. We're restricting who can reside in this freaking place. White-speaking Afrikaners only. And shut up. Black South Africa, you need to shut up.
Yeah. You just wait there by the boom gate. Just wait.
Don't you... If you want to see somebody in this freaking Kleinfontein, just wait there. Yes. You should know where you're coming. You should know that we don't allow your type, your kind, to even visit in Kleinfontein.
Jeez.
Kleinfontein, you can't even walk in there. You must wait there. Wait for your white Afrikaner friend who's not listening to us to meet you out there.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you associating with other cultures?
The one who's being curious.
They cannot come in. They cannot come in.
You
know the law here.
It's very similar to that whole Amish thing happening in the States. Right? At Amish community, that's also happening in the States, where Amish, they don't really mix with society.
You better explain. I don't know.
There's a culture called in the States where they're also deep-rooted in their religion. They are called Amish. Yeah. And they don't mix well. They are very, they don't drive cars. They still do the horse-ridden carriages. And they still make their own butter. And they do very home-style things.
They're very...
I'm not completely clued up on it. So this is just from what the broad picture of what I know.
It sounds like they're very strict in also doing their utmost best into maintaining their culture.
Exactly.
They do their daily activities. They make sure that their daily activities aligns with maintaining or preserving their culture.
Yes, but they are not saying that they are not racist. They're not saying no one else is allowed to come in or do anything in that town.
That's a big difference already.
Yes.
The only reason why we're making these podcasts is because race is involved. That particular kind of Amish, whatever, that's okay, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can come and ride some horses over there. As long as, is there black people and white people mixed? Are they mixed? It's just a culture thing?
It's just a culture thing,
That should be okay then.
Yeah.
But when you want to talk about race, something I have no freaking choice in. I didn't choose this skin. What's wrong with you? What the hell are you taking this out on my skin? Did you choose yours actually in the first freaking place?
Yeah, for them to be so demanding about who can and cannot live in that space.
For that kind of mindset or that kind of heart to be out here freaking discriminating on people.
Yeah.
The audacity, the arrogance, the stupidity actually.
It's just white privilege. It's
not even, it's white privilege, it's whatever it is. In this particular case, yes, it's white privilege, but just people in general who are out here freaking discriminating at freaking people who, anything that you didn't have a choice in is not your fault.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to explain yourself about that. Why are you short? Why are you a woman? Why do you have hazel eyes? You understand what I'm saying? Why don't you have the talent?
Oh, my Lord.
You have to explain. Stand there. Explain. Why don't you have the talent? Why can't you slam dunk here? Why only black people can jump? Why? Imagine black folks also come out here and say, we're going to establish a town.
And preserve our ampiana.
And preserve the ability of our athleticism.
Yes.
Yes, you should be able to jump here and touch this freaking pole over there. Once you can touch it, you're a part of the culture, you can move in. If you cannot, nah. But we're going to say it that way because we know that majority of them cannot jump. We know the black folks. We know that everybody who makes it out here will probably be black. Because black men can jump.
Yes.
Black folks should also come out here and aim to establish such freaking towns, huh? Yes, we're talking about culture here now, huh?
Because
we're going to establish a town. Before you can reside or move into this particular town, you should be able to stand up here and dance and move your hips in a certain way. You should be able to know how to dance. You understand that thing? Because black people can dance and they got rhythm. And we take it all the way in different places. They can also come out here and establish a town and say, we're going to establish a town that before you can move in and swim, before you can move in, you should be able to swim.
Hey.
From here to Robben Island. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
Yes, man. We should all come out here with different freaking ideas.
You should also try to push the boundaries. See what you can and cannot do.
Yeah.
Just try it.
It's for the preservation of our culture.
It's technically you are within your rights.
Yes. According to the freaking funding system that was allowed to establish Orania and Kleinfontein, if you want to preserve it, you should follow a certain system.
Yes.
I mean, here they even go as far as saying this structure allows the community to maintain strict control over who can live in Kleinfontein, effectively limiting residency to white Afrikaans-speaking people only. They put it right there.
So why can't black people also do that?
So why can't you talk about jumping? Who can jump higher?
This place
That's
is
minor
reserved.
stuff. That's minor stuff. Yeah.
This city, this little town is only preserved for black people who can jump.
Yes.
Yes.
And this other town over here is only preserved for black people who can dance. Yeah, to African beats. Yes, not to rock and roll shit. To African beats. Anywho. Cultural and social dynamics. Preservation of Afrikaner culture. Kleinfontein is deeply rooted in the preservation of Afrikaner culture. The town's institutions, including its schools, churches, and businesses, are all orientated towards reinforcing Afrikaner identity. The Afrikaans language is the medium of instruction and communication throughout the town, and cultural events are centered around Afrikaner history and traditions. This emphasizes on cultural preservation, reflects the broader concerns of many Afrikaners who fear that their language and heritage are being eroded in a predominantly English-speaking multicultural South Africa. If we mix with them, there's more of them than there are us.
Yes.
If we mix with them, our culture might erode.
Yes.
You know, erode.
It might just disappear.
Yeah, like sand. Like sand through the hourglass.
These are the days of our lives.
It will just erode slowly but surely. We need a town.
Yes.
And we need two, at least. Before Nelson Mandela comes out. We cannot allow this.
It has to be established.
Our kids would be influenced, you know, to this many vast. I'm sure now they probably say to themselves, look at this freaking South Africa. They got open borders up in here. Look at the asylum seekers. They come from all over Africa. We got Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Congolese, Moroccans. We got everybody from all over the place. I mean, look at this freaking Durban. It's practically India.
Little India. Yeah, it is. Durban is like Little India.
So we need a town. We need to establish Kleinfontein. We need to establish Orania. We need to preserve the Afrikaners. They didn't play games.
No, man, this whole thing is just disgusting.
They were not sleeping. They say to themselves, yes, fine. Let them lose themselves in the idea that Nelson Mandela is coming out. While they're rejoicing and jumping for joy that the old man is out, we shall establish a few towns.
For the just in case.
Put it in Northern Cape and Gauteng close to Pretoria. Orania and Kleinfontein. They jumping for joy. You see Madiba's out here. Did you see him dance? See that dance? Black South Africa is there. The craziest part, not the craziest part, the funny part also, because we had fun with this in the previous pod, is the new South Africa's national anthem.
Oh.
The fact that we have Osa at the beginning.
Yes.
Nkosi sikeleli Afrika. And then, there's a part in the song when it's Afrikaans.
Oh.
And
It's 80 blow van onze hemel.
Yes. This is the Rainbow Nation's national anthem, right?
Yes.
It starts off with Xhosa and then there's Afrikaans
And
towards
then
the
English,
end.
yes.
And then English. I've never seen a Boer sing this first part. I mean, I have. I'm sorry.
Yes.
But I'm sure some of these ones that stay in freaking Kleinfontein or Orania are not singing the first part.
They are choop still.
They're like, what? We will wait until it's our part to sing. They will wait.
They won't even hum that part.
But the funny part here is, when it gets to the Afrikaans part, the black folks are still singing.
Yeah. They're in it.
Hello.
They are inclusive.
Hello. How do you think about this now? Is it naiveness? No. It's a good spirit.
I think it's a good spirit.
It's a good thing that certain black South Africans are out here singing the Afrikaans part of the South African national anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although there are parts in that Afrikaans part that, it's a tongue twister.
It's a tongue twister for some of them. I just hope that every single Afrikaner who lives in Orania and Kleinfontein also sings the first part. The Kosi Sikelele part. Yes.
Yeah, they do, man. I want to believe.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
I want to believe that they do.
Not
Benefit
all of them.
of the doubt.
Oh, please, man. Not all of them. For people to be going to such measures where they're saying we need to establish a town for the preservation of our culture. They're out here telling their own kids and stuff, hey, sing here. Don't sing there.
Keep quiet.
Keep quiet first. What you doing singing here? You need to preserve Afrikaans. Wait. Okay, go. Learn this part only.
Basically in that school system, I'm just taking, I'm not sure if they do, but so they don't teach English, they don't teach Xhosa, Zulu, only Afrikaans.
In Kleinfontein?
Yes.
Only free, I read it here. I read it here. It was here. Kleinfontein is deeply rooted in the preservation of Afrikaner culture. The town's institutions, including its schools, churches, and businesses, are all oriented towards reinforcing Afrikaner identity. Afrikaans language is the medium of instruction and communication throughout the town.
Whoa. So they don't even
it's only Afrikaans.
No, but they have to at least. I mean,
no English.
English at least.
We're talking about institutions. We're talking about the major things of this town. We're talking about these, the town's institutions, including churches. There's no church there where they speak English.
Yeah.
There's no schools there where they speak English. There's no freaking businesses where it's English only. You should be able to, hey, you want to open a business here?
You must speak Afrikaans.
Actually, we know you are because you wouldn't even freaking be here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, but for me, that goes into the mentality of you're basically just forcing this on children. They don't even have the opportunity to say, okay, I want to know English. I want to know Xhosa. I want to know Zulu.
Calvin had asked a question. Do South Africans teach history? Just a question. Yes, they do teach.
In school, yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do teach.
Yeah.
I went to these schools over there, Observatory. They taught English, they taught history.
Yeah.
In high school also. That's where I learned about Jan van Riebeeck and all these people and the Khoisan and the Khoisan.
Yeah.
That's
Shaka Zulu.
Yes, that's where they all are. Shaka Zulu. The social structure of Kleinfontein is designed to reflect and reinforce traditional Afrikaner values. The community is largely homogeneous. Is it homogeneous? Homogeneous. With residents sharing similar religious, cultural, and social backgrounds. Christianity, particularly in its Calvinist form, plays a central role in the daily life, and the town's governance is informed by conservative Christian principles. Residents participate in regular cultural activities such as commemorations of significant events in Afrikaner history. And the town's educational curriculum is heavily influenced by Afrikaner historical narratives.
Oh.
These people don't want to do anything like the normal South Africans.
No. But they are teaching only like the apartheid part of history in South Africa to those kids then.
Mm-hmm.
That is disgusting.
They're not even exposing them to the history that black folks went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
They're not talking about... And Nelson, they don't teach Nelson Mandela there.
Who's that? They only talk about Hendrik Verwoerd.
Yeah, why must you learn about Nelson Mandela?
No. That's depriving people. I don't agree with that at all.
If
The whole system I don't agree with.
If those particular kids in Orania or Kleinfontein was taught about Nelson Mandela, they'll come to a point where they'll say to themselves, wait a minute, but Nelson Mandela is loved by the whole freaking world.
Yes. That is when they will start asking questions to their parents, and the parents will say, play still.
Yeah, and don't. There's so I'm sure there's a barrier there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There comes a stage where it's just a barrier where the kid will just feel like, from here I don't need to. From here it's like I don't get it.
There's something missing.
Because the whole freaking world is out here embracing themselves. Why is it just my small little town here? That Kleinfontein, what's the population in that Kleinfontein?
Now I think it's between 1,000 to 2,000. Yeah.
1,000 to 2,000 people only, and some kids are being raised in that freaking tiny bubble.
Yeah, it's like the Truman Show. Remember?
Yeah, they're being told that everything that matters in life is within only that particular spatial medium. That only that, not the billions of people that are living out there. You need to live in here.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to learn only this. That's like a freaking when those kids come out into the real world, should they ever, freaking lost.
That is more harming.
Yeah, we'll be like, hey, you don't know. they'll be like, Lost, that series. It's like they live on Lost on a freaking island.
Yes.
And then they come out here and then they'll be like, actually the same shit that happens with like inmates.
And inmates, they've been there for too long.
Yeah, inmates. So then, hey, you need to know how to live in society again, huh?
Readapt.
Yeah, you need to readapt. Rehabilitation process. Gradually, huh? Gradually. You better keep that thing inside you, huh? There's beautiful flowers out here. Understand? You don't just come out here and do the thing you've been doing here left, right, and center.
Oh.
You don't just play with yourself in public, huh? You're in public now.
You are in society.
Yeah, in society. There's billions of people out there. Can we trust you? You better make sure that you preserve the culture that you've learned in here. don't. Anywho. Kleinfontein's status legal and political controversies, legal status and discrimination concerns about Kleinfontein, a white and only town in South Africa. Kleinfontein's status as a private cooperative has allowed it to maintain its exclusionary residency policies without running afoul of South Africa's anti-discrimination laws. Because residents are shareholders rather than tenants or homeowners, the town operates under a legal framework that permits it to set its own criteria for admission. However, this legal arrangement has not protected Kleinfontein from controversy. Critics argue that the town's policies are a form of racial segregation, reminiscent of apartheid, and that they contradict the values of equality and inclusivity inherent in the South Africa's constitution. So this particular Carol Boshoff, they thought they were smart, huh? They say to themselves, it's a private estate.
Yes.
Under private rights.
Yes.
So we don't have to really truly abide by South African freaking laws.
No. So it's like they said, okay, we own this and we're just going to segregate it by ourselves, and you just pay the tax that we say is a fair amount for our residents in Kleinfontein. It wasn't according to South African law at all.
Yes, but there's a lot of critics there. There's a lot of people arguing that they are out here just to say that, just to get their own way. To what's the term they use it? To affail or to avoid.
Yes.
So they really went in for it. Critics argue that the town's policies are a form of racial segregation.
It is.
It is, of course, we know.
Definitely.
Africa would be a paradise without Africans for white men. Vorster, former Prime Minister of Republic of South Africa. Vorster, you know Vorster?
Vorster?
Vorster? I don't know. Mohammed.
I can't see
We know this Mohammed. This is Mohammed. This is Mohammed Serete.
Serete, yes.
Yeah.
How
Welcome,
are you?
brother. How you doing, man? It's been a while. Good to see you here. Good to see you. Yes, for sure. Africa would be a paradise, man, without Africans for white men.
Yes.
Africans for white men. Who's that? Is that Django? Not Django, huh?
Yes, Django.
The one who worked with Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie.
Uh,
The Slave's Master, that one.
yes.
Samuel L. Jackson played that part. Africans for white men.
No.
Just listen to how that shit
It
sounds.
just doesn't sound right.
It pisses me off, man. Actually, freaking racist slavery pisses me off.
That whole
It actually pisses me off that slavery existed, even though I didn't freaking experience it. That's why I always say there's a reason why we didn't live in those times. Because we wouldn't freaking take that shit. We would have probably been part of the freaking casualties then, because we would have been so freaking forceful out there. I'm telling you the truth. That shit wasn't meant for everybody. And I have a feeling that the new generation now in Africa wouldn't take the crap.
Oh, of course not.
Ooh.
Hey, they would revolt.
Yo.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not violent. We're not up for that. We're still Christians. But you know, being Christian, the Bible says you must turn the other cheek. Huh?
Yeah.
If somebody slaps you here, you must say, take this one also. Hey, the Bible can be hectic. Huh?
Hey, if you follow it to the T.
It's not easy to be Christian out here, huh? The life of a Christian person. God. Do unto others as you would love others to do unto you. I agree with that one. But pray for your enemies, huh?
Pray for your enemies.
That means tonight before I go to sleep, I gotta remember my enemies in my prayer.
Yes. Every day we think of enemies.
You must pray for your enemies. Do not wish bad upon them.
Hey.
The other one of these other scriptures is don't judge.
That's a very important one. Don't judge. Yes.
So Vorster was the South African Prime Minister from 1966 to 1978.
Oh, Foster.
Vorster, huh? Wow. Okay, we'll go into him a little bit. The existence of Kleinfontein has been a subject of ongoing debate in South Africa. The South African Human Rights Commission has investigated the town's practices, questioning whether they violate the country's commitment to non-racialism. Although legal challenges have thus far been successful, the town remains a lighting rod for discussions about race, identity, and cultural preservation in post-apartheid South Africa. Politicians, activists, and commentators have all weighed in on the issue, with some defending Kleinfontein's right to self-determination and others condemning it as an anachronistic enclave of white supremacy. So at least in this freaking Kleinfontein, some people came out here to try to do something about it legally,
Yes.
questioning their freaking practices, because they're very strict over there more than in Orania.
Yeah, because that's the slight difference.
That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Orania has been hiding under the umbrella of "you're welcome to come and visit."
Yeah. They've based their Orania laws or rules similar to South African laws. So they're within the boundaries of being legal.
I'm not so sure about Kleinfontein. Perhaps we'll get there because it's the first time we're also reading these paperwork here. But but for Orania uses its own currency,
Yes.
its own money.
Aura.
They use aura.
Yes.
They don't use the South African rand.
That is, they do that to prevent stealing. Yes. So
And to make it easy for exchange, because it's the same value.
yes, exactly.
One aura is equal to 1 rand. These people didn't play games, huh? They say we'll establish everything from head to toe. We do not report to the South African freaking government.
They even have their own electricity supply, their solar system.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they've somehow sort of industrialized that area.
Yeah.
That town, that Orania of this. Orania, established in 1991 in the Northern Cape, is the most well-known example of a community similar to Kleinfontein. Like Kleinfontein, Orania is an Afrikaner-only settlement that emphasizes cultural preservation and self-sufficiency. Orania has its own currency, the Ora, and operates under a similar cooperative model. The town has also been the subject of significant controversy, facing allegations of racism and legal challenges to its exclusionary practices. However, Orania's leaders have been more outspoken about their political goals, openly advocating for greater Afrikaner autonomy and even proposing the establishment of an independent Afrikaner state. They're also still after it.
Yeah.
These people wouldn't just be like free, like to just say, okay. Okay, look at this one. Smaller Afrikaner enclaves. In addition to Kleinfontein and Orania, there are several smaller Afrikaner enclaves scattered throughout South Africa.
Really?
These communities are typically rural and focused on agriculture or small-scale industries. While they may not have the same level of organization or public recognition as Kleinfontein or Orania, they share a common goal of maintaining Afrikaner culture and linguistic traditions in a rapidly changing national landscape.
So there are more of them.
They more. That's what I keep saying here. Freaking Black South Africa is sleeping. He's living in a fake world. Black South Africa is out here thinking it's just about Osisi, Keleli, Africa. But they don't know that that second part of that national anthem is in full effect in different freaking towns and different areas of that South Africa. We only know about Kleinfontein and Orania, but there's more places, hidden freaking places, in agriculture sectors too, scattered all over South Africa. And their goal and their mission is to continue the same freaking mission out here, the dream, to maintain the Afrikaner culture.
To preserve it.
It's actually to maintain. To maintain the leadership and the authoritativeness of Afrikaans.
Jeez.
We are the authority. It's Afrikaans, man. Just look at that university. What's that university called in Western Cape, in Cape Town? There's a university out there in Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch University. Stellenbosch University.
Yes.
Afrikaans. It's just Afrikaans.
Yeah, that's majority Afrikaans, yes.
It's all Afrikaans,
Yeah.
man. It's Afrikaans things there. What? There's no university here where it's just Osa.
Oh, no, there's not.
Osa University. Zulu. We only speak Zulu here. No, there's nothing like that. But Afrikaans is out here saying, shut up, man. What democracy? We need to establish an Afrikaans state. We have a goal here. They're not done.
No, they want a whole province.
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
said. The founders of Orania and Kleinfontein and some of these scattered places in South Africa want a whole freaking state.
And I think Free State, where Orange River is probably going to be the best place.
They are out of that. They are out for it. They
Yes.
want it completely. Let's read here. DK, the fact that this community exists in South Africa is a disgrace.
Yes.
Africa is empowering these communities. This is not funny. You know, there's no funny about this. Yes, it's not funny at all.
You're very right. It is a disgusting thing.
That's why before you came here, you saw that thumbnail, right? I put it up there. Big South Africa, whites and on it down.
It should not be existing in this day and age.
It shouldn't exist. It should have never. This should have never even been a freaking thought.
No.
We don't walk around here like aiming to establish black-only stuff.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the mentality should not be to maintain or say people are not allowed here. A certain race, a certain color is not allowed there. A certain culture is not allowed. This is just, it's wrong.
You know, after slavery, after everything that happened, if there was a race that needed to be pissed off, if there was a race that had the right to be freaking pissed off out here, it should be the black folks.
Yes.
If there's anybody who would want to come out here and perhaps have some sort of an understanding or rights to come and say, we want a black-only town, it should have been the black folks.
Yeah.
Because we have proof to say we can't trust you. You know what you did to us?
Yes.
Yeah, we can't trust you. We need our own town. No, we don't trust you. They did the shit of slavery and all that kind of shit, and they're still out here to say, no, we need our own. Where did your freaking hatred come from?
Yeah.
What's the deal, bro? What did we do to you, first of all?
It's true, because, you know, it's like whatever they did things to us, you know, they did things to the black people. So relax, you know?
It's like, what did we do to you in the freaking first place for you to have acted the way that you did?
Yes.
For you to feel the need to come out here and say we need a white and only town called Orania and Kleinfontein, and many more that you don't know, Ralph, by the way. Black South Africa. Black South Africa is out here thinking that it's only Kleinfontein and Orania. They don't know that there's some other agricultural type of places in South Africa, all over South Africa, scattered all over the place, that are all out here with a goal and a mission to make sure that they preserve the culture of Afrikaans from head to toe. From head to toe. They need to wake up. It's true.
Yeah, they do need to wake up. It's like, hey, catch it, you know? Stop just dancing and drinking Black Label. You know, wake up, and people are just trying to separate you and make you not inclusive of everything.
That's the other thing that slavery did to us.
They just drink a lot?
No. It forced us to now be satisfied with a little bit
that we get.
that can be presented to you. You deserve it. And they even say you deserve it. Take, you deserve it. Oh, you no. And then they use that little conniving statement. You're an exceptional one, you.
You're different.
You are different, you. You're an exceptional whatever, Django.
You're good. You can come into the main house.
Yes, you can sleep inside. You have to control these ones. And then he also sits. These ones? Yes, you have to control these ones. Especially that one. You see that tall one? He gets funny ideas sometimes. That one? Yes, that one. Yes, it's true.
Yes, they do.
They trick him. They trick him into mind games.
Yes.
Yes. They get into the psyche of these freaking, what's that N word? The ninjas. They use these ninjas. It's true. And these ninjas are out here. There's so many freaking ninjas in this modern day and age you wouldn't believe. There's so many people out here with the ninja mentality, especially in that Black South Africa, you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
They're out here satisfied with breadcrumbs because they've never experienced that much.
Like the true enjoyment or something.
Of the richness of what they possess. That's why they're out here saying 20% of land is enough.
Yeah.
Let the rest of the 80% remain in the minority.
Yes.
In the hands of the white man. That's why they come out here and say, why do we need to go to Kleinfontein? We don't need to go to Kleinfontein.
There's nothing there for us.
We don't need to go. We don't need to go to Orania. Even if they say black people are not allowed there, why do we need to go there? What's your problem, Patrick? Leave us alone. We Black South Africa, we love him. We love it, and we love it like that. Leave us alone. Why do we need to go there? They're out here, they say it in the freaking comment sections. They don't beat around the bush about it. Just take the time, go through our profile, go through the freaking comment sections, go to a playlist that we have up here that says Black South Africa. Just go through those videos and go through those freaking comments. Black South Africa is alive and well and direct in the comment section.
Yeah.
They be out there. They be saying it full force without beating around the bush. They're not biting or mixing their words. Why must we go to Orania? Leave them. We love them like that. Yes. We are not allowed there. We don't mind. We don't care. We love our South Africa this way. Yeah, it's what and only town we know. Just leave it. Why are you talking about it? You from Congo. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
And then you come out here with your Pan-Africanist spirit and say, hey, we need to unite. You deserve better. We need to fight for the land. They say, what? You are the type that's supposed to EFF. We don't want EFF in power. EFF wants open borders. We will never vote for EFF. Because if EFF is in power, you'll open these borders and all you freaking Africans will flock down here to South Africa. We don't want that. We like it the way that it is. We don't care. Leave Kleinfontein, leave Orania. Black South Africans out there saying it. And their profile pictures are there, huh?
Yeah.
It's not these user types of accounts.
Yes.
It's not faceless accounts. It's their own face. It's their own individual. It's Black South Africa right there saying it.
And they put the flag there, South African flag.
Yes, they put the face there. And it's an active account. With the individual, you can say this is a person here. This person has friends. This person goes out in society. This is so and so. That's the name. That's Tembisa. That's Mandisa right there. That's I don't know, Tejo. She don't mind. She'll be saying it.
Yes. Leave us alone.
Yeah, leave them.
Worry about your own country.
Leave the Afrikaner alone.
Yeah, it even says like, hey, what is your problem? I am South African. It's not the mentality we should be having.
Yes, you know what's the funniest part and the coolest thing? Is that some of these South Africans are out here even addressing themselves to me and say, but leave us alone, go back to your country. They don't know if I'm South African or not.
Yeah.
I just leave it that way.
Yeah.
They don't know that this is a multicultural type of accent. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we're out here to have a multicultural type of an accent. I don't need to sound Congolese. I don't need to sound South African. So let some of these folks out here believe that I'm not South African. Yeah, they can continue to say however they want to say things in the comment sections.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
But it doesn't matter if we're South African because we are African. And
yeah, Africans first.
Yes, Africans first. No borders.
No borders.
Yes.
We don't believe in borders. Where was I? Okay, you go from number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah, boy.
Afrikaner identity and the Afrikaans language.
Yes.
The Afrikaners are a South African ethnic group descended from Dutch, German, French, Huguenot settlers who arrived in the Cape of Good Hope during the 17th and 18th centuries.
Cape of Good Hope. The Cape de Bonne Espérance.
Yes.
The Cape de Bonne Espérance. That beautiful place where the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean meets.
Yes.
Where we've been before. We have beautiful pictures out there. It's amazing. So in other words, these particular people arrived in style, huh? I can just imagine back in those days, in the 1700s, this beautiful freaking machine.
This boat
Pulls up, just like in the movies, Titanics. You know what I'm saying? They pull up there in their garments. The ladies came too. It's not just the missionaries. It's not just the men. It wasn't just men. It was beautiful girls, white skin, came out there. It's beautiful out here.
Yes. Over time, these settlers developed a distinct cultural identity shaped by their experiences on the South African frontier and their interactions with the indigenous African populations.
The black folks?
Yes, the
indigenous. The indigenous black folks.
Yes.
Some of those Khoisans also. Khoisan.
Yes.
You know, the Khoisan in South Africa, they like to say, hey, we were the first. So it was a mix of different cultural people. And these Dutch people, the French, and also they gathered forces up there.
Yeah.
Up there, they say to themselves, German too.
Yeah, German.
German.
Well. Dutch, German, and French, who Huguenot settlers.
Yes, Dutch, German, and French. They came together. First, they had to team up. Right? Let's go.
As well as with the British colonial authorities.
Oh, because they were the main guys. They are the people who supposedly discovered
South Africa.
So they had an agreement between them. They sat at a table. They had beautiful dinners. They wined together up there in Europe. And they say, fine. You can be a part of that. We will establish that culture down there. It will be a mix.
Yes.
Up here in Europe, we will maintain our individual cultures in our respective locations. But since we love each other so much, let's go and play down there. Let's go and sleep with one another down there.
Yeah, that's what made it a rainbow nation in South Africa.
That's what gave birth to the Afrikaner freaking culture.
Hey.
They say, let's go and have a party down there.
Goodness. The Afrikaner sense of identity was further solidified by events such as the Great Trek, the migration of the Afrikaner farmers, which is the Boers, into the interior of South Africa during the 1830s and 1840s.
In that 10 years, they moved swiftly, huh? Just in 10 years
moved
only.
fast.
Yeah, only in 10 years only. They were partying. You must consider all of those as just parties, social gatherings, conversations, wines, meat, conversating in that particular 10 years of that 1830 to 1840.
Yeah.
They were out there really mingling with one another. Are you ready to mingle? Let's go and do that in South Africa.
Let's go party there.
Let's go party there.
Yeah.
We will preserve our cultures up here, but let's go party down there.
Yes. And the Anglo-Boer Wars, who fought between the British Empire and the Afrikaner republics at the turn of the 20th century. The development of the Afrikaans language.
Yes. The interesting part. This particular Afrikaans language or culture that needs to be maintained.
How it was created.
Yes, its inception.
So Afrikaans evolved from the Dutch speaking by the early settlers, incorporating elements of other languages, including Malay, Portuguese, and other African languages. By the 20th century, Afrikaans had become a fully fledged language, distinct from its Dutch roots. The language is a central element of the Afrikaner identity, particularly during the apartheid era, when it was one of the South Africa's two official languages, alongside English.
Yeah.
During apartheid, Afrikaans was closely associated with the government and its policies of racial segregation, leading to its perception as a language of the oppressed among non-Afrikaners. So during apartheid, black people were calling Afrikaans the oppressed people. No, sorry.
No.
They were calling it as a racial segregation, the Afrikaans language.
Yes. No jokes, huh? A combination of the Dutch, Portuguese also.
Yes.
And some African languages brought about this.
This Afrikaans.
Say some things in Afrikaans. Let's hear them, because we're talking about Afrikaners here. You have to say some things in Afrikaans for them. Ek live for you. Ek live for you. Hoe gaan dit? You know, but there's different types of Afrikaans. There's some people who speak Afrikaans. You know, there's different accents actually.
There's different accents, yes.
Hoe gaan dit?
Hoe gaan dit?
Hoe gaan dit? How are you?
Yes.
Oh, how do you say I'm fine? How do you say I'm fine?
Ek is goed.
You need to preserve Afrikaans. I think we need to take you to Orania or to Kleinfontein. This particular lady here is South African, but her Afrikaans, I don't know which way it's going. I think we need to take you to You'll remember your Afrikaans in the first freaking week. In the first week, you'll be out here back in force. Because apparently they have methods over there.
They have methods of preserving.
Yes, you see, some people from Orania or from Kleinfontein are probably watching this podcast and they'll say, look, you see, this is why you don't stay there. This is why you kids must stay here
Yeah,
in
but I
Kleinfontein.
don't have the correct skin color.
Because
anyway.
if you go there, you'll forget your Afrikaans. Well, how did I do with the preservation of my African languages that I acquired in the Democratic Republic of Congo? I think I did a little bit of a good job.
I think you did well.
Mina nasema Swahili, mina ongea Swahili. Kongo tunasemaga Swahili. Mina nasema Swahili, mishisabe Swahili. Mina ongea kidogo kidogo. Minekala uni bibi yangu, batoto beko chini. Nasema Swahili. Yeah, that is Swahili.
Yeah.
You know, Swahili, especially a lot of African American people, they love Swahili. They want to learn how to speak Swahili. I've met even some white folks that speak Swahili.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who was some, I don't want to say, okay, let me say this. I believe our audience have a sense of humor. There was also some cool colonizers, huh?
Some cool colonizers. Interesting.
Yes, there were some cool colonizers.
In what way?
Who also learned the language.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially in that Belgium. Some colonizers from Belgium know how to speak some African languages.
Yes.
Okay, colonizers are long gone. They are dead. They are not here with us. But some people who come from those particular countries where those colonizers come from have taken the time to travel to their colonies
And learn the language.
to see what was the attractiveness of this particular place, actually. For example, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Did you know that the Democratic Republic of Congo is 77 times the size of its colonizer?
Jeez, it's crazy.
Belgium can go into the Democratic Republic of Congo 77 times. Ooh, that just made me feel like, oh, what the fuck did those people do, man?
How did they allow it
How
to
could they
happen?
let such a small freaking country come out here and govern the rest of us? This pisses me off. Can we need a time machine? We need a time machine. I want to go back to those days, man.
Yes.
It's crazy. Think about the magnitude of that. Think about how shocking that sounds.
Yes.
Belgium can go into Congo 77 times.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. And they are the colonizers. This freaking Congo, 77 times the size of Belgium, is out here taking its freaking lead from that tiny little place.
It's crazy how they just allowed that to happen.
All of those people must listen.
Yeah.
You, get on the boats, go and colonize that thing. See that thing? That freaking place there. We own that thing. You know, the Democratic Republic of Congo was known as the what? The white man's grave.
Yeah, because they were trying, yes, white man's grave.
White man's grave. Central Congo in the equatorial region. It was known as the white man's grave because at the time, back in those days when these colonizers were sitting up there in Europe, they didn't know how to get to Congo, and everyone who tried to infiltrate or to enter, to go to Congo, Central Africa, wouldn't return
Yes.
because of sickness and all of that type of stuff. Dead beasts, apparently. Sickness in the terrain, and it was crazy.
Animals,
And
yes.
animals, but mostly sickness. And every freaking colonizer or white man in Europe was afraid of going there. Yeah. This Europe had a lot of colonies all over the world already before they began with Africa. They were conquering a lot of places all over the world. They already had their colonies. And Belgium was one of those countries at the time that did not have a colony. And it kept seeing its neighbors up there flourishing. The economy was flourishing, their tech was flourishing, their way of life was moving forward. Those are the countries next to Belgium. Belgium wasn't the only one that didn't have a colony, but there was some countries that didn't have. But in the case of Belgium, it went to its neighbors asking for pieces of land, asking for colonies and all this type of stuff. And their neighbors like the UK or the France or the Spain said, no, we're not going to give you our colony. That's our colony. Go find your own. Go discover your own. But every freaking colonizer at the time stayed away from Africa because Africa was a scary place. It was the unknown. A lot of people would die when they would visit Africa.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you know?
Because of the diseases, and it was just unknown land, unknown territory.
Yeah, the disease and the mosquitoes and all the malaria and all of these things, unknown territory. Until King Leopold mustered the courage to say to himself, I will do my utmost best to go there. And then King Leopold went to the Democratic Republic of Congo. He sent troops there, he sent people there who were able. They first created that freaking medicine.
Oh yeah, for just in case.
Yes, they created medicine to study the whole thing, and then King Leopold went into Congo, into the Democratic Republic of Congo with these people.
Yes.
They were able they created
a vaccine.
a vaccine type of thing or medicine that they could heal from, and also heal some of these people that resided there, these Congolese, these black folks, these Africans. You know what I'm saying? And so that is what finally started the whole freaking movement of these European nations to start carving up the motherland. But before all that, they were fighting up there, these colonizers. They were fighting amongst one another. They had disagreement among one another.
Yes.
They even fought wars against one another when they were colonizing these other places in the world. And then when they were now able to enter and penetrate Africa due to King Leopold's fundings and progress in Congo, they say to themselves, "Hey, look at this. King Leopold is able to enter the white man's grave and he's doing things."
Yeah.
You know,
They started to wonder, how is he doing it? How is he conquering that?
and then they collaborated. And
Yes.
so now West Africa, and then some of them started coming to West Africa, started doing like, you know, shippings and all those coastal countries
Yes.
and all that kind of thing. And then eventually the colonizers then sat together in 1884 and said to themselves, okay, we are able to go into Africa now, but now this time we're not going to fight over this place.
Yeah.
We're not going to fight among ourselves. Let's sit in this freaking meeting first.
Let's be
1884.
civil.
Let's be civil about this. Let's go in there. Let's carve it up properly. Let's do it properly. And then they sat there and they carved up Africa the way that they did.
They put it up there and they said, okay, they drew lines.
Yes, Belgium, you can take this.
Yes.
British, French, you people can take this. Germany, you can take this. You people can take this. Without consulting no freaking person.
No.
They had arms. They had medicine. They brought the doctor's gown. You see what I'm saying? They had tech. They had things. And then they started okay, let's go. Bang. They did it orderly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Where are you? Crazy.
Yeah.
So even this freaking South Africa, when these colonizers decided to go and play down there and mate, they went to go and mate down there.
Yeah.
The Dutch, the Germans and the French.
They created the Rainbow Nation.
Yeah, they say that's the party zone. That's the
Yes.
part. That's where you get the coloreds from. You see the coloreds? You see like your type of skin? It's a mix.
We don't really know.
Yeah, there's a Europe in you somewhere. There's a Dutchness in you maybe. There's some form of German French in you.
Yes.
Because it was the German, the Dutch and the French
Yes.
that went to through Cape of Good Hope, the settlers.
Yes. They were the Cape Malays.
Those are the settlers that actually settled. Yes. They settled there through Cape of Good Hope and they created this.
Yes. So the existence of Kleinfontein and similar communities raises important questions about the balance between cultural preservation and the ideals of a unified, multicultural society. Supporters of Kleinfontein argue that the community is simply exercising its right to self-determination and is not harming anyone by maintaining its cultural traditions.
Shut the hell up.
Exactly.
Yeah, you must shut up, you.
Yes.
We are not stupid. You're not going to fool us with your English.
No. This is not...
Self-determination. So I'm not allowed to come over there, otherwise you won't be able to self-determinate yourself. You wouldn't know who you are around me. I'm that powerful.
I will
influence you.
on your culture.
This culture is so freaking exceptional that if I come over there, I'll dilute your culture. Yeah, so you're afraid.
So you're making us superior.
Yeah, we're
Our
too
culture.
superior. Yeah,
Yes.
we're toxic. Self-determination. Hey, we need to keep to ourselves with self-determination. With them around us, we don't know who we are.
Critics, however, contend that Kleinfontein's exclusivity is a form of racial segregation that undermines the principles of equality and unity that are central to South Africa's democratic constitution.
Yes.
Yes, that is it.
That's the truth.
Very simple.
The critics are right. Yeah.
This is not part of South Africa's democratic constitution.
No, it's not.
No.
This is just a self-governing, self-way of being, self-way of exercising some form of supremacy or privilege. And you want to use big words out here to get your way. You still have those traits of apartheid systems in you.
Yeah.
You want to come out here and say self-determination. We're all out here trying to self-determine ourselves. So otherwise, in that particular principle, we all deserve our own freaking towns. Every freaking race out here, every single rainbow in South Africa deserves its town. So you need to carve up South Africa in I don't know how many freaking cultures you have over there. There's a lot, huh?
Yeah.
And start preserving, start creating towns out there. This is a Xhosa town, to preserve Xhosa, to preserve Tswana, to preserve Zulu, to preserve that, to preserve. Even the foreigners also can start preserving stuff there.
And free for all.
Nigeria needs to establish a town in South Africa for the preservation of jollof rice. Yeah, we need that too. Since the Black South Africa doesn't mind that people are coming out here, freaking establishing town to preserve their culture. Nigeria also needs to establish their own town in South Africa. Black South Africa wouldn't mind. Black South Africa likes it when people are out here doing their utmost best to establish towns for the preservation of their freaking culture. So we need Nigeria to also come out here and take somewhere in that Saldanha Bay. Yeah, somewhere in that Saldanha Bay or that Eastern Cape. No. Nigeria wants to take Kems Bay. Nigeria is taking Kems Bay. Nigeria is establishing in Kems Bay for the preservation of Nigeria. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes. It's possible. Anything's possible in South Africa.
It's allowed. It's acceptable.
Yes, because
it's been done before.
Yes.
Yes. Nigeria town only. Because South Africa is out here giving land for free.
Naja town.
And Congo.
Kleinfontein's place in the national conversation. Kleinfontein continues to be a focal point in South Africa's ongoing debates about race, identity, and the legacy of apartheid. The town's existence challenges the notion of a fully integrated rainbow nation and highlights the persistent divisions that is still characterize the South African society. As South Africa continues to grapple with these issues, Kleinfontein and similar communities will likely remain subjects of intense scrutiny and debate.
But they will remain. Mm-hmm. Nobody's out here to dissolve them. Nobody has the right. Because our founding forefathers, or those people that initiated independence in 1994, signed certain freaking documents, I'm sure.
Yes.
Because these people are not out here establishing these towns by word of mouth, huh?
No.
They say, if you want Madiba out, you better sign here. If you want Nelson Mandela out, you better sign here. Because those people that came to South Africa, that migrated to South Africa,
yes,
the Dutch, the French, and the Germans, they had somebody who was guiding them, huh?
Yeah.
Who? The British, the colonizers.
The colonizers.
Yes. So the colonizers are in charge.
Of course, they always are.
This particular culture came about because of these three people that came there.
Yes.
This group of people, the French, the Dutch, and the what?
And the Germans.
And the Germans.
Yes.
Assisted by the colonizers.
Assisted by the British colonizers.
So it obviously says that the colonizers also had something to say with the establishment of these towns.
Oh, they say if it's going to happen, so you better see what you can do to preserve your culture.
Who gave independence to South Africa?
The British.
Yes. So of course, the British or the colonizer was still in charge in 1991.
Yes. And bringing up the point of the British colonizers Africa, you know, recently with the diamond in Botswana.
Yes.
So the largest diamond ever discovered was in South Africa. Right? 1905, I think, the Cullinan diamond. South Africa, because it was still colonized by British, they gifted that huge diamond to Britain at that time. No money was ever exchanged.
Who gifted?
So, yeah, anyway. You know what I mean.
Give that thing here. I said, give it here. Where did you find this? Put it here. Go look for more.
Yes, I put it in a nicer way.
Yes, South Africa didn't give nothing.
Yes.
That was the British town.
Yes. And that Cullinan diamond was just cut up. And now it is part of the crown jewels.
Yes, of course. This particular stone, this diamond that they discovered in Botswana.
Yes.
Estimated worth $66 million.
Estimate.
$66 million. I bet you, like I was telling you before this podcast, there's some Europeans hyenas in that Botswana already.
Yes.
The moment it was announced that Botswana had discovered the second largest diamonds, some hyenas already went to Botswana. You get white hyenas too, by the way. They went down there and they said to themselves,
I want it.
I want it is being polite. But they're already saying to themselves, what? We can block the market, huh? We can block this whole freaking market. Only us. They run the industry. They're already telling Botswana, you know you're supposed to give it to us. We're buying it. Yes, if you say no, we'll make sure that nobody else buys this thing from you. It will be worthless. It won't even be diamond. The only reason why this stone is a diamond is because we put the value on it.
Yeah, that's true.
They
decide how much that is.
They decide the value. Yes. The people that decide the value of what a diamond is, what diamond must do, or whatever, are the ones already there.
They're the ones already saying, this is the only price you're going to get.
I wouldn't even be surprised that they already knew about this stone before it came out to public like this. Before we now know about this particular... You think the Antwerp or wherever these most diamonds go, whoever's in charge of these markets, even these Kimberley certificates, the Oppenheimers and the De Beers and all these things, you think these people don't know yet?
Oh, of course they know.
Oh, they know, especially the De Beers.
Yeah.
They in the diamond thing. So what are you? Oh, so that Botswana thinks it can shit on the fundings of Kimberley? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What's going on there? We're talking secret code here. We're talking back-end types of conversations here. But even that discovery itself just goes to speak to the richness that Africa possesses.
Exactly.
Africa is so rich that even the world's biggest freaking diamonds are coming out of this Africa. It's crazy. Huh?
The natural resources is just so... It's amazing.
And there's plenty more still.
Yeah.
There's still way more. I wouldn't be surprised that there's a diamond as big as this freaking room still somewhere in Africa.
Yeah, just waiting to be discovered.
According to God's timing.
Amen.
Yes, because that kind of shit can create wars too. It's a lot of trouble. It's a lot of... The diamond industry by itself already, just to move these little stupid small stones like this, a lot of hyenas come and they put their eyes on it. Hyenas. I told you, hyenas are also white. They're white. They come in white skin.
Yes.
They are here. They're already in Botswana. We want that diamond. We need it.
The way that the president, the way he saw it, his reaction when he saw that.
He just saw dollar signs.
Hey, he's thinking infrastructure for his city, for his country.
You think that? Okay. Botswana is an organized country, huh?
Yeah.
They're a little bit organized. They're not like some of these freaking puppets around here. Like, wow, this whole freaking podcast, I didn't mention the word puppet.
Oh, have we not? No, we have not.
Can you believe it?
Whoa, that's the first.
2 hours into a podcast, and this is the first time I've used the word puppet. Usually I would say the word puppet like 100 times,
Every
200
second.
times. Every second. I'd be like, these freaking puppets. These are puppets. They can't do shit.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, Botswana... They're at least doing certain things for themselves. They're a little bit organized.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a little bit clean there. Did you know that Botswana has they have a lot of elephants over there, huh? Elephants.
Really?
Botswana has the most elephants on the planet. They have a population of about 130,000 elephants.
That's crazy.
130,000 elephants.
That's beautiful, actually.
They have to do their utmost best to control the population because it gets out of hand a little bit at times.
With the elephants.
With the freaking elephants. There could just be an elephant out there.
Mating season all the time.
What is that banging?
Hey!
It's a trunk. I see a trunk. Like 130,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot. They have to do their utmost best to maintain.
Yes.
Black South Africa are slaves to their own country, says Rock James. And they are so naive too at the same time.
They don't even know it.
Black South Africa is out here only protesting against individuals. They don't have the backbone or the time or the bravery or the smarts to protest against systems?
It's not that don't have the smarts. They don't have the tenacity to go through it, to go for it.
If you were smart, if you had brains, you would use that to understand or to cultivate a spirit of tenacity. You'd be strategic. You would at least aim at something. If protesting is too physical for you, you would at least do something about it. Like I once said before, having this mic in my hand and just talking is a form of protesting. I can be protesting and raising issues, huh? I'm not necessarily out there jumping like a fool. It's about working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
In this day and age, we use the tools we have to talk about the things that we want to talk about. Yes, to help change systems, to help do things that will move us forward. So when Rock James comes out here and says that about South Africans, he's very right.
Yeah.
The system has them like this, by stratum.
Yes.
Yes. And in South Africa, instead of freaking saying let go of this and fighting, South Africa is saying to the left, to the left.
Hold tight.
Wait. Yeah, okay. And then they say, is this okay? Yeah, that's fine. I'm telling you, it's the truth.
Yeah.
How can you have white town in South Africa? It will not happen in any Europe country, just a black town. Never.
How would they allow something like that to even utter a black town?
Go over there and say this is for the preservation of Swahili. What did you say? the way they would themselves, these Afrikaners. Okay, go to Dutch. Why don't you people go to Germany or to Dutch or to freaking France or wherever this Afrikaner came from? Why don't you go over there to where the British, no, not the British, where the Dutch or the French or the Germans came from? And say we want to establish a town here for the preservation of Xhosa. They won't even do it in those particular places.
No.
Because Afrikaans, according to them, does not come from there.
Yes.
You understand? Afrikaans was created or came about in South Africa. Although it's got traits or it's got ingredients of those particular three countries. Why don't you put it in there? No.
Yes.
We will put it in there in South Africa.
Yes.
Because it's a combination. It also has a little bit of certain African languages. The thing is, it's fine. We don't want to erase history. South Africa can be, but the establishment of these freaking towns is what must go.
It needs to be abolished. It needs to just be stopped and just said no.
South Africa needs to be a rainbow nation as they claim they are. You can't just talk for nothing. You can't be out here just blowing smoke.
Yeah, you can't claim something that you're not.
Yes, you're pissing people off.
The shame is the crime in South Africa as well.
Hello, Jeanette. Do you still love us?
I didn't even see there was Jeanette.
She's probably thinking, this one. This one is crazy, this guy. This guy can go on.
Yes.
I just commented and immediately he picked it up and he remembered straight away. Where are you from, Jeanette?
Oh yeah, she didn't tell us last time.
She didn't tell us. I think she's South African.
I'm guessing South Africa.
She was defending South Africa last time, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, I'm South African as well.
Wasn't she defending South Africa last time?
Yes, she was.
She was saying that South Africa has many problems that needs to be solved. Insinuating that we don't have to be focusing on Orania.
Yeah, there are other issues.
There are other issues. And then I said, please give us 3.
And she says, no, I don't want to.
She says she had to go. She had to go. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. But the fact that she's back here, we appreciate.
Yes, she's essay.
She's essay?
Yes.
How do you know?
She said it here, essay.
SA. Oh, you got it first before you came here. South Africa. We're in South Africa. Let's play a game. Let's see if I've been where you are. So Botswana, 130,000. Okay, there's another news. Now that we're drawing towards the end of the stream, let's just go a little bit all over the place here now. Zambia. Something happened in Zambia where the anti-corrupt committee was found guilty of corruption.
Anti-corrupt.
Zambia!
Guys, Africa, we cannot make this
The
stuff
puppets
up.
are at work.
We
A
cannot-
puppet will wear any umbrella for him to do his work. Once a puppet, always a puppet. He will even come out here and says, I am for anti-corruption. I am against corruption. But the puppet himself will still find a way to be corrupt. They were taking bribery and money from people who were supposed to be investigated, people who had cases opened against them. They were taking money from them, and in so doing, they would close cases of people who had committed corruption or theft or any form of freaking crime out there. So the anti-corrupt freaking committee or department or whatever these individuals are in Zambia got fired, all of them, by the president under allegations of corruption.
You guys.
That's Africa for you right there. Durban. She's from Durban.
Oh, okay.
I've been there when I was playing basketball. Remember?
Oh, yes,
South
yes.
African basketball team. In that 1997. I think we stayed at a Hilton Hotel. Was it a Hilton Hotel?
In 1997.
Yeah. I don't think it was Hilton. I think Hilton came into my adult life once the money was there. When I was playing for South Africa, they didn't have any money. That USASA basketball team, South African sports, whatever, small little sponsors. But at one of those hotels by the beach there in Durban, it was nice. It's warm there also.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Durban. KwaZulu-Natal. But I like the fact that she said Durban.
Not KwaZulu-Natal.
KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng. It's Johannesburg.
Yes.
Yes. It's Cape Town. It's the mother city. Yes, man. So, Kleinfontein, Orania, what's an only town in South Africa? Oof, we hope that these towns will cease to exist, but we'll see.
I hope it does, because the whole thing is just a disgusting act. To still exist in this day and age should not be happening.
Should not be happening.
No.
But it will only cease to exist if Black South Africa does something about it. Other than that, it will continue to exist. And more towns will probably be established. At the rate that things are going now, Black South Africa isn't interested in making sure that that place ceases to exist. They've accepted it. So, anywho, thank you very much, right?
Yeah.
I think it's thank you very much for joining us, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us through this live stream. If you were here from the beginning, whew,
Much love, much love.
do you think
Thank
there's
you.
somebody here that was here from the beginning?
I'm gonna hope.
I think anybody will just say me, even if they were not.
But we'll be able to recognize, because if, I don't know.
No, in terms of names, we can't see the names out here.
Yeah.
Please like the video if you don't like the video. Thank you very much. Love you so much. Please like the video. Let's see a few likes go up. Ooh, merci beaucoup.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah, somebody's cool like that.
Yes.
They just liked it. Jeanette, did you like the video? This Jeanette is cool now, huh?
Yes.
Jeanette, you better go to our Instagram and send a DM or something.
Yes. Let's connect.
Truly be a part of the community. You know? Aline will respond.
Yes.
Yes. So that you don't think some type of way.
Links are in the bio.
Links are in the bio. Aline will respond to you. Who knows? It'll be funny, huh? And then we land in, because we're going to South Africa again when?
I think in Jan.
In Jan?
Yes.
After December?
Yes.
Yo, that's like far, man.
It's far?
This
you
is
want to go December?
Yeah, this is August. I've been a silent listener. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Send Arlene a DM
Yes.
on Instagram. Is your Instagram in the bio?
Yes, it's in the
My
bio.
one is also in the bio. So, and then we'll see how things go. But it'll be nice to go to that Durban.
Yeah.
But that would be funny, huh? It's a Janet in this Durban. You'll be like, it's you guys. Say, yeah, we're about to shoot a podcast in that hotel over there.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys so much. I hope you've enjoyed it like Jeanette did, because she was there from the beginning. She's a silent listener. We appreciate you so much. Catch us on the next one. We'll probably be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. So appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you very much, guys. Much love and God bless.